everyone, it's Lauren. Welcome back. Today I'm super excited because I'm doing an updated version of my best and worst dry shampoos video. So I'm just going to be talking about a bunch of different dry shampoos that I've tried out, letting you know, the best things about them, the worst things about them, price per gram breakdown. I think I can do that for pretty much all of them. And these products range from high end all the way to, pretty affordable drugstore price products. So I have a lot of different products to talk about, so hopefully you'll be able to find something that works for you or figure out based on the information that I'm giving what may not work for you. But that's the gist of today's video. I have a whole bag of dry shampoos right here. There's so much to talk about, so it's probably going to be a long one. But one last thing before we get started is that I will have links in the description below to all of the products that I mentioned today. But please know that any link that has an asterisk beside of it, that's an affiliate link, which if you decide to purchase a product using that link, it just means I can make a commission off of your purchase. It'll be no extra cost to you, but I do like to always be transparent about that whenever I have links in my videos, and especially when those links are affiliated. So that is all. I hope that you guys enjoy, and let's get in. So I wanted to start this video off with one of the OG dry shampoos at the drugstore. You guys probably know it. People have different opinions on this brand, so if you've already tried it, you know you don't really like it. I have other drugstore recommendations that I will be sharing with you. But I wanted to start off with this one, the Batiste Instant Hair Refresh. It is the Clean and Classic Original Dry Shampoo. Here's what it looks like. It's $9. You get 6.7 ounces of product in here, and it ends up breaking down to about $1.34 per ounce. So it's a pretty good deal. I find that for this, I feel like it does the most out of all the dry shampoos that I'm mentioning for the lowest price. Now, it's not the one that does the overall most, but does the most for the lowest price. I would say the best bang for your buck. But when it comes to this dry shampoo, and I feel like I want to say this for kind of a preface for all of the other dry shampoos that I'm mentioning, really the number one thing I care about personally is the appearance of my hair. If it looks clean, I'm cool. I really don't mind too much if a dry shampoo, makes my hair feel clean. That's an added bonus. But at that point, I know I haven't washed my hair in a few days, so it really does not matter too much to me. Putting in a dry shampoo and having it feel clean isn't going to fool me. I know it's not clean. But with this dry shampoo, I feel like it does a really good job of making my hair look clean. It is supposed to remove any oils, absorb dirt, grease, so it really does help your hair just to look a little bit more alive. It does add a little bit of volume as well to the hair and maybe a little bit of texture, but it's very minimal. And so if you're someone that doesn't, some days I love texture, I love the volume. Days like today, you really could not tell. So it just kind of depends for me and what I do with pretty much most dry shampoos, but this one in particular, because it does add a little bit of volume and it can be, a little intense and a little texture. And so if you're someone who doesn't love that, or you don't love the little bit of white cast that this can give, it's nothing major. But if you just put it in your hair right before you're about to go to bed, as you're winding down, brushing your teeth, washing your face, and you leave it in there for a little bit, and then you just kind of rub it right before you're about to go to bed, I really don't notice much of a white cast at all when I make up. It's unless I just totally coated my hair with this dry shampoo, which I very rarely do. Sometimes I don't know what I'm thinking and I wake up and I'm like, why did I do that? But most of the time I don't see any white cast. My hair looks the same as it would if I just had washed it and went to bed. And then as far as the cleanliness of it, so I really like this one. I think it has this nice fresh scent to it. It's pretty clean. So there's a lot of pros to this one, and unless you've tried it and know that you don't like it, I would definitely recommend giving this one a go. So like I said, I do have a few to mention from Batiste. So the next one is the Batiste Instant Hair Refresh Bare Clean and Light Dry Shampoo. Here's what it looks like. It's $9 as well. It also has 6 ounces and 6.7 ounces of product in here, and it also breaks down to $1.34 per ounce. So, same price per gram breakdown as the original one. I honestly feel like they have a lot of the same qualities. It does the same thing as far as, making my hair look really clean. Doesn't really make it feel the most clean, but again, I know the truth. Really, the main difference is that this one has a little bit of a lighter sensation when it comes to the, feel on your hair. Sometimes dry shampoos can have a little bit of buildup and they can feel kind of heavy, which I don't notice too terribly much with the original, but this one I definitely notice it to be a little bit less, and it does have a kind of nicer, it reminds me of a perfume scent, but subtle. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you're not into fragrance too much, they say this is a better, lighter version, but personally, I think it's a little bit more there. It's just It's more there, it's just like a toned down fragrance. I don't know if that really makes a lot of sense, but I really do like the scent on this one, which is honestly really the main difference and the reason that I would get this over the original. So I just kind of get whatever one I'm feeling at that moment in time. But if you've seen my empties, you know that I go through quite a few of these like all the time. So next I have one more to talk about from Batiste, and this one is a little bit of a different formula. It is the Batiste Instant Hair Refresh Defrizzing Dry Shampoo. So here's what it looks like. This one is $10, so it's $1 more than those other two, but has the same amount of product for 6.7 ounces, and it ends up breaking down to I think $1.49 per ounce. So it's a little bit less of a good deal, but like honestly, with this product, I don't notice too terribly much of a difference from like the original and the Bare. The scent is a little bit different, and I honestly really like it. I like it better than the original for sure. I think it's probably on par with the Bare one, to be honest, but this dry shampoo I really like because it says that it's supposed to help with like defrizzing. I don't really know too much about that because I am putting it on typically before I go to sleep at night, so I really don't notice much of a difference. But as far as like the smoothness of my hair, I really notice a difference. And normally this has coconut oil in it, and normally coconut oil is not an ingredient that really meshes specifically with my skin. So like I typically think that it won't mesh well with like my hair type either because it's dry as well. But really, I think it works really nicely with my hair. It really kind of smooths it down, but it doesn't look really greasy, which is really nice because when you're using a dry shampoo, you don't want it to have an adverse effect on your hair. But really with this one, I think, you know, the frizzing, not too much of a difference. Like it doesn't really help that much with that, but smoothing, it really does. And it does the same thing as like the original and the Bare version of just making your hair look clean. And really, like I said, that's all I can really ask. I feel like for when you break it down, like you are getting quite a good amount of product for a relatively affordable price, and I feel like these really do a lot. I've gone through quite a few of these as well, really all three of those. Like if you watch my empties, you have seen those a lot. Like these are just my go-to whenever I'm placing an order on, you know, Ulta or anything. Like if I'm not wanting to splurge on a dry shampoo, but I pretty much always like to have a dry shampoo on hand, these are what I'm going for. Moving on to another drugstore hair brand, this is the Not Your Mother's Refreshing Clean Freak Dry Shampoo. Here's what it looks like. It's $7 total. It's, I believe, 7 ounces, so it breaks down to $1 per ounce. And with this product, yes, it is more affordable than the other like ones from Batiste that I just mentioned, but when it comes to this product, I feel like it doesn't do nearly as much as the Batiste ones or even a lot of the other ones that I'm going to be talking about in a second. With this dry shampoo, you know, it doesn't really help your hair to feel any cleaner, which is totally fine. I don't really expect too much of a drugstore dry shampoo for that. But as far as making your hair look clean, yes, it does a decent job at that. But when you compare it to the other ones, it's really just not on the level of any of those. I feel like it's not making too much of a difference. And it really, like I said, it does not make your hair feel clean at all. Like it honestly makes it feel kind of unclean. It really has like some buildup. It can be kind of itchy on like the scalp. So it's just kind of more of an uncomfortable product. And I mean, I guess like it does help absorb a little bit of an oil, like the oils in your hair. So it helps it to be like a little bit cleaner looking, but not enough to really justify like honestly purchasing it when there's so many other ones out there. Like the lower price is really not like that much of an impact if it's not going to do to your hair really much. And then the last thing I wanted to mention about this one is it does leave a little bit of a white cast, even more so than the other two that I just mentioned. So it's one that you have to kind of, you know, think about a little bit more, like really work it into your hair, and even then you still probably will have a little bit of like a white cast on your hair. So definitely make note of that, especially if you have darker hair like myself. So this next one is one that I feel like is very underrated. It is also another one that is available at the drugstore. It is the Got to Be Fresh It Up Dry Shampoo. This one's $10. You get 4.3 ounces of product in here, and that breaks down to about $2.33 per ounce. So a little bit more than the other two that we just mentioned, but just wait. Price per gram breakdown gets a lot more expensive later on. I will say right off the bat, one of the things that, you know, there was actually two things that kind of pulled me into this product, and the first one was that it said it had no white cast. I don't think that's necessarily true. There's very few that I have found, especially from the drugstore, that like don't have a white cast. However, with this one, it is very slight, and if you know, just brush through your hair, it really does go away. So I really don't think that's too much of an issue. But another claim that this one really pulled me in on was the all day fragrance. I like having, if it's a good scent, I like having the little, you know, scent to my hair, like walking around, smelling my hair and being like, oh, it smells good. And this one has a way of doing it where it's kind of like fruity, crisp, like clean fragrance that doesn't smell too like perfume or too just like department store. Like it's very just natural and smells like you would like wash your hair, like what some shampoos really do feel like. And so I really liked that. But if you don't really like fragrance, especially because this one is going to last, it's not like it's going to go away in a few hours, then you know that's something to be mindful of. But as far as the performance on this product, I mean, I feel like it does a really great job of not only making my hair look clean, which I feel like it really does do good at. I mean, I feel like it really does get in there and absorb some excess oils, especially for only $10. Like there's only a few other ones that I feel like really do make my hair just look super clean, if that makes sense, and then also feel clean. This one does, like, it's not going to make your hair feel like you just washed it, but it does still feel relatively clean, which is such a big pro for me. And then one of the other things is this product is supposed to be very like I forget, like conditioning. Like it's supposed to really help your hair just feel conditioned, feeling a lot less dry, and I feel like it really does do that. So there's a lot of claims on this product that I feel like are just so true to it, and I'm almost done with it, so I'm kind of upset about that. But I really do want to pick it up again. It's one that I've not repurchased before, but I really enjoyed using this one. So now that I've just come off like raving about a dry shampoo, let's talk about one that I really did not enjoy. This is and it's a little bit of a different type formula, so just stay with me, but just know it's not good. This is the Ouai Dry Shampoo Foam. It is $28. You get 5.3 ounces of product in here, so it breaks down to about $5.28 per ounce. Now, with this product, it is a foam. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to apply, like, I think it's like a ping pong sized amount into your hair and just like massage it in there until it like is dry. So you don't feel like that foaminess, like you don't feel, you know, the more, I hate to say the word moist, but kind of the more moist consistency of the product. So until it just kind of is dry and is massaged fully into your scalp. And to be completely honest, that's like not possible. Like, yes, like it will be dry, you won't see the foam anymore, but like I feel like whatever this product does, it is like the opposite of a dry shampoo. Like I really believe that. Like I feel like you are just adding like full on like a mousse and moisture and really just adding in so much more grease and oil. Like I feel like my hair looks exponentially more dirty and just oilier whenever I put this product in my hair. I don't know what it is about it. I don't even have that oily of hair. So personally, this is one that I would just totally stay away from. I mean, especially when you think about how expensive it is, especially compared to the other ones, but even some of the ones that are like higher end, like I'm like, if you want to buy a higher end product, that's fine, but I want it to work. And another thing with this product is the like fragrance on it. And I have tried quite a few other hair products from Ouai. I've talked about them in hair favorites videos in general before, and I really like the smell on a lot of their products. I think they're very fresh and clean. This one is very just cologne, strong, lasts forever and ever. Like it just is just intense and there, and I don't know, just kind of offensive at times. So maybe you'd like it if you want to smell it. I don't know. It used to be sold at Sephora. I don't even know if it is anymore, but I think you can only get it at certain retailers now, which I think is good because hopefully less people will get it now. This isn't a diss to Ouai, it's just a diss on this product. So for me, I typically like to always have one like travel size dry shampoo on hand just because, you know, it makes it a lot easier when it comes to travel and all of that. So the one that I currently have in travel size form, but I have had it in like fuller size, and it is like one of my top favorites. It is the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Dry Shampoo. Here is the mini size version. I'll have both linked below, but the full size is $28. I believe you're getting like 4 ounces of product in the full size, and it breaks down to about $7 per ounce. Now with this product, I think it does such a great job of really like making it feel like you just washed your hair. Like the way that it removes dirt and oil is like unmatched. Like I feel like it really makes my hair just look fresh. Like I, you know, not only look fresh but feel fresh, and it just does it all for me in a dry shampoo. And yes, it is pricey, so it is not one that I'm purchasing every single time that I need to reamp on a dry shampoo. Like it's definitely something that I, you know, splurge on a little bit, and there's a couple of those, but this is the main one that I have on hand right now that I feel like just does it all for me. It makes my hair smell clean, look clean, and feel clean, and those are the things that I, you know, if I could ask for 3 different things in a dry shampoo, that is what I would want. This one thing I will say is the fragrance on it is strong, and it definitely has that department store overwhelming. It's a little bit more like perfumey than cologne-y like that other one I just mentioned. So depending on what you feel about like a perfumey, strong, department store-y fragrance. Like, I don't personally dislike it, but this one is just very intense. So definitely smell it, if at all possible, before picking it up, especially if you're gonna get like the larger size version, because I mean, honestly, I feel like a little bit of this really does go a long way. And so even though it is, you know, a little bit pricier, a lot of bit pricier, when you break it down price per ounce, like you're not getting nearly as much product as some of the other ones, especially ones that are like way like half the price of this one, or if not more than half the price. So you really do have to think about that. If you're not going to like the scent, then it really may not be one, just because it is so strong and it really does linger. So be careful of that, be mindful of that. But overall, the performance on it is incredible, and so I'm willing to totally deal with the fragrance, especially because I'm not someone that has a lot of aversions to fragrance for like hair products and just products in general. So it really has not been too much of an issue for me, and I think it kind of is worth it for what this product does for my hair. Now moving on to the Moroccan Oil Dry Shampoo. This is the dark tones version. Here's what it looks like. It is $26. You're getting 5.4 ounces, and it breaks down to about $4.81 per ounce. And that's definitely not the most expensive that we've seen, but it's also not the least expensive either. Now, with this, like, Moroccan Oil Dry Shampoo, just forget the dark tones for a second, I'll get into that. But with this dry shampoo, whether you get the light tones or the original, what it's supposed to do is it does have argan oil, like pretty much I believe every single product from Moroccan Oil has. That's something that my hair eats up. I have drier hair and it loves it. And so I really do like that ingredient about this one, because while it does like make my hair feel a little bit cleaner, look a lot cleaner, I feel like it still doesn't feel too dry, which a lot of dry shampoos can. I mean, that seems counterintuitive, but you guys know what I mean. Like, it just leaves my hair like looking and feeling kind of depleted, whereas this one really doesn't. So I definitely appreciate that. I think it does help make up for that higher price a little bit more. Now, another thing with this is with the dark tones. I don't know if the light tones has the same issue, but I noticed a very minimal difference when I use this product. Like, as far as it's not supposed to like leave a really chalky residue on the hair, like that kind of stark white look, and it doesn't. But it still leaves like a cast to your hair, like a lighter tint to it wherever you end up putting it. And if you brush it away, it's totally fine. But I feel like having the claim of it being like a dark tones dry shampoo makes me think that it's going to like really mesh with my hair really well and not leave much of like a drastic difference between where I put it and where it wasn't. And this still kind of does that, you know, before you end up brushing it away. Another thing I really like about this is, even though it does have that kind of oily base in it, like being like the argan oil formula, I feel like it is still very lightweight. So that's another thing about this that is incredibly just nice about it. However, you do go through this pretty quick. Like, because it is lightweight, and like a lot of things that are lightweight, sometimes you do need a little bit more, and because of that I go through it relatively quickly. It's already, you know, more expensive when you break it down, and just in general. So it's definitely another one that I feel like I just kind of have to splurge on and be, you know, really knowing what I'm wanting, and definitely does have quite a scent to it. It's pretty much like the scent of all the other, if you've ever tried any of them, the mask, the oils, whatever. If you've ever tried out anything else from Moroccan Oil, it has kind of that stronger scent, but I feel like this one doesn't linger quite as bad as some of the other ones that I mentioned, and I personally don't mind the scent too terribly much. So I just wanted to, you know, go through all of that for you guys on this one. But that is about it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you know, found this video helpful. If you did, I'd really appreciate if you give it a thumbs up. It helps me know what type of content to do in the future, and it does help my channel out quite a bit, so I'd really appreciate that. But thank you so much for just being here, watching my videos, supporting my channel. Just, it really does mean a lot, and I hope that you guys know, like, from the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. But if you're new here and you'd like to check out more of my videos, I'd really appreciate if you would subscribe. And yeah, if you want to be notified whenever I upload in the future, definitely click the notification bell. It's just a bell icon next to the subscribe button, and that way you will never miss another upload of mine. But yes, thank you guys so much. I'd love to hear what your favorite and least favorite dry shampoos that you've tried out before are in the comments down below. I love interacting with you, hearing everything you have to say. But with all of that being said, I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you have a couple great days until I end up posting my next video, and I will see you when I do. Bye guys!